everybody, I'm sitting here with Bill Halko, and we actually just went over the results of his 8 Weeks to Wellness program. And super proud of this guy. He's made a lot of great changes. But Bill, if you don't mind sharing with everybody a little bit about your story and why you chose to do 8 Weeks to Wellness, maybe share with everybody why you originally came in.
Yep.
Because you originally didn't start off doing 8 Weeks to Wellness, but you kind of transitioned at the beginning, a little later than the beginning of the year, to 8 Weeks to Wellness.
Yep. So I originally came in because I was dealing with some sciatica pain. I was having issues walking and standing, and it got to the point where I just couldn't bear it anymore. So I asked a friend for a suggestion for chiropractic care, and she had come here a few years back and recommended your program, your facility. I had no idea about 8 Weeks to Wellness at that point. Really just came in to get some chiropractic care. When I came in and I did the original assessment with the in-body and everything, you made me aware of the program. And we walked through all of the chiropractic, the spine at the core of good health. And, we talked about the 8 Weeks to Wellness program, but, I wasn't really ready at that point. And I think the great thing was that you guys, you did not pressure me to do the program.
Right. It's not what you came in for.
No.
Right.
But you did also make me aware, hey, we can help treat the symptoms of the sciatica, but it's not going to completely go away if you don't take better care of it.
We're doctors, and we have to tell you what's wrong.
Yeah. So I was diagnosed with diabetes 4 or 5 years ago now. And I did really well for a few years. And then my dad passed, and I fell into a funk, fell off the wagon, gained back. I had lost, I don't know, almost 100 pounds.
Wow.
I gained back like 70 pounds. And I totally fell off the wagon with my diet. I wasn't exercising. I stopped checking my blood sugars every day. And I knew that I was having issues. And, the doctor's appointments, I would see the A1Cs go up. And so I had known for a while that I needed to do something. But it's easy to fall off the wagon, but it's really hard to get back on. Well, I would say from a tangible standpoint, I lost over 30 pounds in the 8 weeks, which I know, I'm sure results vary. So,
Right, sure.
I don't want everyone to think that, 30 pounds is going to happen. But
I was more impressed with the 6 inches off your waist.
and the 6 inches off my waist. I was very pleased about that. And sticking with the tangible for 1 second, I mentioned that I had stopped doing my blood sugar, and so the day one of the program, I restarted doing my blood sugars or checking my blood sugar every day. The very first morning, my fasting blood sugar was well over 200. By the end of that first week, changing my diet, cooking for myself, doing the cleanse that first week really, and doing that paleo diet where you get all the toxic stuff out. By the end of that first week, I was at like 130 or so maybe. So I dropped significantly. By the beginning of the second week, I was already into that fasting range that you're supposed to be, 90 to 110. And that was just in like a week of the diet. Going to, physical well-being, I had been congested for about 5 months. That cleared up within the first 3 days of the diet. And I don't even think diet's the right word for it, because it's not a diet. Like,
It's a nutritional plan.
Yeah, so in the first few days of the nutritional plan, and I say diet's not the right word because I don't feel like I'm lacking. Like,
Right.
I don't feel like I gave anything up.
Sure.
I'm just making better choices and eating better, but I'm still satisfied.
Right.
So I less congested, less achy. The sciatica, while I still have some symptoms of it, it is reduced in a lot of respects. I think but the biggest thing probably is the mindset. So I mentioned to you, I've been in a funk for quite a while. I think I just generally was not all that happy, and just the overall feeling better, not getting as winded, being able to, traverse a flight of steps without, starting to sweat,
right.
huffing and puffing. And I think just generally my whole outlook and mindset has shifted. I'm feeling a lot more positive.
Well, your A1C came down dramatically.
Yeah. So 8.7.
So as a doctor, you went from 8.7 to 6.2.
Yeah.
You went from a extremely diabetic state to you're still a little pre-diabetic, but
Yep.
you dropped your A1C quite a bit. Your insulin
Yep.
really came down quite a bit. So your cholesterol came down. I mean, all of your lab work really improved,
Yep.
which it normally does with 8 weeks to wellness. But so many people, they go to the doctor, they have A1C is really high or their cholesterol is off, and they immediately get put on statins and metformin. But you prove to yourself that you really can have a positive influence pretty quick on those numbers. So last question, and then I'll let you go.
Yep.
But there's a lot of people out there who probably are struggling with a lot of the same things that you are struggling with, you were struggling with, and maybe it's mental, maybe it's nutritional.
Yep.
Maybe they're in a funk and they're trying to overcome inertia. Like you said, it's really hard to get back on the wagon once you fall off the wagon. That's called inertia.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to them? Because my goal is always to want to help people to flip that switch and realize that, hey, maybe I do need a program, maybe I do need a coach, maybe I do need accountability. So what would you say to them?
I would say to do it.
Right.
mean, and again, I worked for a number of years in mental health too, and so I know just in anything in life, it's easy to say, do it.
Right.
It's a lot harder to do it.
Right.
But as I mentioned to you, like coming into this program, it was very daunting for me. Because it's not just eating differently. It's it's the commitment to the exercise, to the chiropractic, to the meditation and the nutrition and all that, and especially for someone almost 50 years old, that I've never cooked. Like every morning, every night, every afternoon, I'm eating out. So to take that on, but once I started doing it, I realized it's not that hard.
Right.
And it's actually kind of fun.
I'm super, super proud of you. I always like to say, Dr. Denise and I developed the program, and I always thought 8 Weeks to Wellness was going to be something that saved lives. And now it's 15 years into the program, and we hear a lot of stories like yours, Bill, but I have to tell you, it never gets old because every life is an individual, and to know that the habits that you're setting forth right now are going to be something that really improve the quality and quantity of your life is extremely rewarding, and I'm just really proud of you and the results that you got on the program. So thank you.
Thanks, man. Well, I appreciate everything you guys have done, and and I'm gonna keep coming. So
cool.
Yeah.